Hi there. This is Otis. And today we're just going on Otis's walk. Otis is 17 and 9 months old. Yep, that's right. He's 17 and 9 months. There he is. He's a Tenterfield Terrier, the very best friend in the whole world. So we can only take him on a short walk. This is just outside our house, just in the in a bit of a laneway. And there he goes, bless. There's quite a few cats that live around here, so he's always got to go and stop and check that out. You know, he's kind of deaf and not great with his eyesight, but his sense of smell has certainly not wavered in any way, shape or form at all. Bless. He's in pretty good shape, and we just love him to bits. He has, you know, he's changed quite a lot in the last few years, in that he's, you know, used to be quite a lap dog, we love sitting on the couch with you, that sort of thing, but he just does not anymore. Even if you bring him up onto the couch, he just doesn't want to be there. He likes to just have his feet firmly on the ground, I think, at times. But look at him go. Oh my god, sometimes he just gets this little run up, which is just the cutest. Oh, flabbergasted. And we just take him sort of up the laneway a bit. He has a bit of a sniff, which is what we call it, rather than a walk. Just to have a bit of a sniff. There he goes. So it's been quite raining here today, and we're just getting out and about while there's a bit of a break in the weather. Can't quite get a good angle on that, but it's an almighty tree that we have just at the end of the laneway. This one's quite notorious for dropping very big branches. And there's Otis. It's taken us, oh, probably don't want to see that bit, so let's have a look over here. We're about to walk through this little bit here. This is also just a little laneway from where we live. There's a house there, there's no fences. This is, you know, we're in the old part of Browley, and this is a council land here we're about to walk through. Here he comes. Bless. So we've had Otis since he was a little pup. As I said, he's a Tenterfield Terrier, and we actually got him from a place in some breeders in Browns Lane in Sutton, New South Wales. And these people were full-on breeders of Tenterfield Terriers. They have a huge lineage of Tenterfield Terriers that are, you know, champion show dogs. He comes with papers and that sort of thing. But he was, his legs were too long for showing, and he was tricolour. Not that you can tell at the moment, but he did used to have a bit of brown on him, and bless him, his face used to be black. Not so now. Yeah, so we just love him. Can't believe that he's just keeps on keeping on. Looking after him. You know, this will be it for today, and then he'll just sleep for the rest of the day, but it's a great little walk for him, and he knows it now. And you know, there's rules about, you know, having dogs on leads and everything, but he just seemed to, even with a harness on the lead, it's like he can't find his footing properly. So I just walk him in this bit. The people around here all know him and love him, and you know, it's not a problem. He knows where he's going, and off we go. There's Ross in the background. So this is where we've just walked through in the bush. There he is, Otis Todo'htis. Here he comes, walking up the street. On this bit, when we go on our walk, I like to walk backwards. They reckon that if you walk backwards, it uses different pathways in your brain. And this is a dead straight street here with nothing in the way. Hello. So we like to walk backwards, and that way I can keep an eye on him as well if I'm wandering off. Having a good sniff. I'll show you the street that we're in. Some pretty interesting houses down here, and this is the street. So this is like really old Browley, and you can always tell old Browley because there's no gutters, there's no curbing or stormwater, and they've still got overhead power lines. And the street that we live in has gutters and power lines, and there's a real sort of delineation between the old and the new, and then the very, very new. There's a street library. There's many of them in Browley, so it's just people put them in the front yard, and you can just come and exchange books. I've got a few good ones from this particular house, and there is a dog that lives in this house that Otis knows, which is why he's got his full attention there to get all the gossip going. Here he comes. There's a really cool tree up here actually that we'll get to in a second. Hey little buddy, you coming? Yeah, so these are just like bottle brush trees, but they're really, really old. I don't know if you can see, like they've got this really cool, the branches on them are just all these twisted moss things. They're super cool. And it's just, yeah, enormous. That one's had a bit of a cutback, but it's growing back. And I'll just step out so you can see the canopy. It's a really cool tree. I'm walking past this one every day. Oh, here he comes. So I was saying before that his name is Otis Todo'htis, and so he's nearly 18, and our son Ryan's nearly 22. So when we got Otis, Ryan was 4 years old, and I wanted to call him Otis, and I said to Ryan, you know, did you think that we should call him Otis? And our little 4-year-old did a pause and a tilt of the head and a look up to the sky, a thinking look, and then said to us, I think we should call him Otis Todo'htis. And so it was. A couple of years ago, it just came up in my Facebook memories actually, a couple of years ago we actually knighted Otis. I think there was a pretty bit of a shocker of who got some you know, like Queen's Birthday Day awards or something, and I thought, oh, you know, my dog deserves it more than they do. So we knighted him. He is Sir Otis Todo'htis Wilson, for his service to homeless canines. We have been a carer for the Animal Welfare League in the area, and we've had many dogs come and live with us for all different sorts of periods of time, but the very last one that we had was a white foxy named Pippi. We got him when he was 12 years old. He had a heart condition and he wasn't in such good shape, and I had known the owner from when I worked at the boarding kennel, and it was an old man that had to go into an aged care facility, and he couldn't take his dog with him, and he surrendered him to the Animal Welfare League. Another absolute blight on our aged care system, but there you go. And it was just pure coincidence that I was the one that went to pick up the dog for our organisation, and he ended up staying with us and living with us for another 6 years. So Pippi died when he was 18 as well, which was nearly 2 years ago now. And really that has given us very good steed now with you know what to expect. And Otis is in heaps better shape at this age than Pippi ever was. And once Pippi was gone, of course, people were offering me, you know, new dogs to have or care for or whatever, but we decided that we wanted Otis to live out his time, you know, by himself. That it was only fair to him that he have all our attention and not have to be bothered with other dogs in the house. Yeah, yes. Alright, so heading back down this laneway, which is kind of taking us back to where we started from, where I showed you the big tree. Got some wattle out at the moment, some winter wattle. Oh, and the neighbourhood bucky dog. All of them. Yeah, Otis just never, not once, has paid attention to them. He just keeps on keeping on. If he goes up to the fence, he just wanders on by. He wouldn't give a toss. Hello, yes, you're looking at me. There you go. I had to walk back through some of the trees. Otis, the wonder dog. There he is. So yeah, like his health's pretty good, and he only is on, you know, every now and then he might need some anti-inflammatories or something from the vet. He's sort of had a whole big course of that, but that was like nearly a year ago now, and so now we just kind of give him some every now and then. We've sort of got more of a routine going as well during lockdowns and COVIDs and unemployment in 2020 with him, so that, you know, this is his routine and he knows his walk, and I think it's just, yeah, the best thing for him to keep moving, keep going. This is a beautiful little laneway we've just come across. There's about a year ago, a lot of lemon trees have been planted here in the laneway, waiting for them to all grow. They're just for the community, just one of the neighbours planted them. That's the back of the house there where the excuse me, they're the people who planted them with the book library that I showed you before. Yeah, there he goes. Bless. It's cold. Yeah, like it's gloomy. Oh, she raises the camera and there's some blue sky. Oh, there's heaps of blue sky. If you look up, there's blue sky. Oh, there's grey sky. But there's a real chill in the air, you know, as the crow flies. You know, we're only sort of, I guess, 2 hours or so from the snow. So even though we're at sea level, when it snows, you really feel that kind of chill in the air. Even if it is, you know, it's still probably 15 or something at the moment, but there's just a bit of chill factor happening. I'm a bit rugged up, got my hat on. Hi there. And there he is. And now we're back where we were, going down this laneway. Hope you guys are having a good day. See ya.